Mongoose Jake here with episode number 4 now. I am recording these back to back. But we're going to take a look at the blaster that actually got me back into the hobby. I mean, we all played with blasters when we were kids. And back then, everybody used the now improper term and called them Nerf guns. But we all played with blasters as kids, and then something roundabout brought us back into it. For me, it was the Busby Double Shot. And that's actually what sparked my interest in the company, which then turned into me being a huge fan of the company as a whole. Not just of their products, but them and how they do business. And how they take care of the community as a whole. This blaster is what started it. And this is actually the one that I bought. This is from 2004. I actually bought this one with my own money back then when I was still in school. And I still have it to this very day. This thing's hung around with me. It was put away in a storage bin and then moved with me from house to house, and now it's here in the workshop in the duplex that I lease. This thing has some sentimental value. But it was a 2004 release. Being the focal point here of the Busby Classic series, this isn't all about my personal sentiment, but it is in a way. But this thing was released in 2004 originally, and it came in the green and yellow classic Busby color scheme. And those of you who haven't caught on yet, that's why my thumbnail I use for this series is featuring that yellow and green. It's because it's kind of an homage to the classic color scheme that Busby's somehow continue to put on blasters here and there all throughout the years. Now, it was introduced in other color schemes. Off here to my side, one sent to me by, again, Ryan Engelstad, who you'll find is one of the biggest supporters of what has become this collection. This blaster here came from him. This is a little less common. And we're going to note the sticker. That sticker is a little less common as well. Most of them had the Busby sticker that you see here, very common style. This one has a almost like old text double shot look to it, with a blue barrel and blue storage cover. Most of the others had the yellow and green color scheme, even going forward into when they introduced the over and under, which was a later release and will get its own video in time. The side-by-side is what we're looking at here, which has remained in production, getting, different little cosmetic updates here and there, but is actually still sold to this very day right now for $15 at Dollar General. It's sold as a Rick shotgun under the Walking Dead series, but it is still currently on shelves. That has to make it the longest running blaster, period. I dare you to find another one. Let me know if you do in the comment section below. This thing has been in continuous production. I am, counting the different cosmetic changes, but it's been in production since 2004. We're in 2021. That's a long time. That is 17 years of continuous production. And this is going to get its own separate video kind of highlighting it, because I haven't been able to find in all my research any other blaster that is still in production from then. The Jolt's getting close, but as long as this doesn't ever get discontinued, it'll still have a few year lead on the Jolt. Just by a few years, but still, that's something to be said. And here's the thing. It still works just as good as blasters that are sold today. That's not a knock against anything sold today. That's how good this was in its day and age. Now, it doesn't have the most straightforward priming system. When you actually prime it, you have to, of course, prime it by breaking the barrel. And it has strings that go down, and you're actually using a pulley system to actuate pulling back two plunger rods that are back here, and you have plunger tubes, plunger rods, all linked with this small rope, really. It's not paracord. That's actually what I use to replace it when it breaks, but paracord is a good replacement. But you have to actually prime it by breaking it, which, nice brake barrel, true brake action. And it pulls back and primes it from the back, and it still is a direct plunger tube, so it has actually decent power considering the year it was produced. And you do have shells that you load in, both barrels, and it has a true 2-stage trigger. So you can fire one, and then the other, and then here comes an awesome part. That never gets old. Never gets old. And you can also load in 3D printed shells. People do make these. These are from So Sick With It on Etsy. I can link that for anybody below. You load it up again, and in true shotgun style, fire both. Now, it fires right barrel first, then left barrel. And chronographing it, you'll actually find, once you remove the air restrictors and dart posts, or use the 3D printed shells, this thing still gets near elite performance with good darts. It is very dependent on the darts. The old darts, I never even liked them when they were first introduced, as they will contact the barrel and cause drag. When I first picked this up, I used Nerf darts in it. It liked the old Whistlers a lot. And if somebody still made the old Whistlers, this thing loved the Whistlers. I can remember buying packages of that just to run with this. Yeah, we're going back some time here. A long time. But yeah, I used to fire Whistlers out of this. And then now, with just brassing up some shells, or even just removing the dart post, or using the 3D printed shells, as I can catch one there, these don't have air restrictors in them, nor do they have dart posts. It's literally a straight shot, so you can use any dart you want to use in these. You can still actually even order the shells directly through Busby's order form. And they're dirt cheap still. Don't buy the overpriced ones on eBay. Don't do that. Get them directly from Busby. You can order a package of, I think it's 8 darts and 6 shells for like $6. I just ordered some. I'm going off the top of my head here. I just ordered some about a month ago. And so that's how I know. They still sell them. Because it was just a little over a month, or maybe 2 now at this point. But I ordered some more magazines from them. I ordered Destiny clips. I ordered Battle Blazer belts. And double shot shells. Because I'm going to brass up a bunch of them. And that's really the best thing to do. But 3D printed ones are a good option for those of you who do not want to brass the originals. But this thing's still in production. And it's still fun. Now there is now the shellless double fire through Adventure Force for only $10. So if you don't like the shell, but you love this form factor, the double fire, fantastic fun blaster, especially for around the house with family and friends, not taking things too seriously. This, or the shellless double fire, you can't go wrong with them. And this thing's been around since 2004. And that's the focus of this series, is looking back at the blaster, its history, when it was introduced, how it worked, and what I think of it. Because hey, it's my channel, my series. I love this thing. This is what got me into dart blasters. Again, loved them as a kid, ran around, had all the fun like everybody growing up, but this thing brought me back, and has kept me back to this very day. And it's still being made to this very day, and that's why this is one of my all-time favorite blasters, and it definitely holds a special place for me. So I do thank you for watching this. This one here means a bit to me, because it's kind of a special blaster, for me. But if you ever see one, don't hesitate to pick it up. You'll find yourself just smiling, loading the shells, firing it off, watching the shells go flying out of the barrels, and it's just the fun that made dart blasters become so addictive. At least for me. That's how I feel. But this one is Jake saying, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. And with this one, I'm also going to offer a very special thank you to Ryan Inglestad, who has provided at least 3 double shots to me. The over-under that's back here, that'll get its own video later. As well as both of these here, the blue and the yellow and green that you see. Those are, again, big thank you to Ryan Inglestad. He provided those. in some deals that we worked out in the past time. But again, Mongoose Jake saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.